Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another market prep slash my life vlog, but a lot of market prep because there's a lot to do today. Yeah. And on top of the things that I already had to do, I've added a couple other things that I want to do. So, welcome to the market vlog. Today is Tuesday. I didn't do much vlogging yesterday. I don't think I did any yesterday. Actually. But I did have a busy, productive day. I'm just not working on this stuff. But today the list is long. It's always long, yeah. But we move. So some of the things on the list I pulled out when I went to storage from 2023. Crazy. This bag of totes. I was hoping it was my black ones, but it's not. It's the jute ones that I use. So I'm gonna see how my new DTF works on the jute. That was one of the reasons why I kind of stopped selling so much of the jute ones, because the vinyl did not adhere as well as I would like. In particular, the white vinyl, and I guess because I was using a really nice quality white vinyl. It was relatively thick. The black vinyl adhered decently. I'll show you. But so for example, here is the black vinyl adhered. The black vinyl was a relatively thinner vinyl, so it went on pretty well and didn't have any issues of it peeling, because it was pretty much infused into the jute. The white vinyl, this is just an example, that I use is a much thicker vinyl, and for the most part we had good results. Like, I don't recall it ever coming off of a tote. It would on t-shirts after like certain number of washes and things like that, and that's one of the reasons why I switched to, or am switching to, DTF, hoping not to have that challenge. But so I had mentioned, I believe in one of the previous vlogs, that I had ordered DTF. Like, I think, yeah, I did share that I took my Cricut out of storage, because I might do some things on the Cricut. I haven't decided what that will be yet though. But yeah, but I did order like this whole little gang sheet of some of my sayings. This is UV DTF vinyl, or whatever they call it. And this was the one where I said the Black Plant Lovers is smaller than I want it to be. I don't even know if you can see that. There we go. Smaller than I want it to be, because it's smaller than what my original size was. But that was on me, because it was my first time ordering. I didn't really understand the process. Like, my Love Grows here is definitely way smaller than my original one. So I may very well just have to find a smaller pot. I also, oh, that's another thing on the list. I'm going to make my own mold so I can make my own custom pot, because a lot of times I don't find the pot that I really want to have, like, as an additional part of my signature series. Like, I love the one that I use, the round one. It's great, but I want to make a custom pot. So if I make my own mold, then I can make as many pots as I want. So I want to do that as well. But like, even this rooting, like I said, I didn't really understand how this process worked. That was my first time, but it wasn't bad. I don't feel like the cost was all that prohibitive. It's, you gotta test and test and test, and so that was part of the test. Oh yeah, I ordered this gang sheet as well. It's just all tea books and plants, and I realized one of the things that I need to make sure that I do next time when I order this is make sure that it doesn't have a black border. Now, the black border is fine when I'm putting it on my black tote, of which I only have this one as a blank. I need to order some more. But if I'm going to try and put it on that jute, I believe you will see the black edged. So I gotta remember to make sure that that's not on the next one. But I did order this, so I'm going to cut one out and attempt. Let me put this down. So probably making all kinds of little noise. And I'm wearing a microphone today. I'm going to attempt to use my heat press, which is my hand press, from my Cricut to put the DTF on the tote. although they recommend using something with a little more heat to it. But we're gonna give it a try today, see how that goes. Okay, this is another one of my products from the shop that I am contemplating if I'm gonna bring it back the same way or do it differently. And by do it differently, I'm thinking like maybe instead of like a mug, maybe I'll do a tumbler. I haven't decided yet, but it is definitely on the list and things that I am contemplating. But this is one of my very, very, very popular sayings. I have this on totes, t-shirts, mugs, planters. People love this saying. But yeah, this is another thing on the list. Lots of things on the list with this relaunch, guys. Lots of things. But I'm enjoying the process. And I just realized that I don't have my sheet. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but Teflon sheet that I normally use with my press. And I'm so shocked that I don't, because for me to have the press and the Cricut in that suitcase, I would have thunk that I would have put one of the Teflon sheets in there, but I don't have it. So I don't know if I'll be able to do the pressing today. We'll see. Because we'll see. But there's plenty of other things on the list. So this is a little clip of probably 10 minutes of clips where I didn't have any volume because I had the microphone off, but the little piece was still in the phone, the receiver. So anyway, I was just showing you some of the product and letting you know that I forgot to put the little feet on them. So I did that. Annoying though. Microphone test, microphone test, microphone test. All right, so Bub is back, as you saw. And that means, oh, I keep forgetting I got the microphone on. I keep hitting my shirt. Let's hope it doesn't make a lot of noise. But anyway, that means that I got to get this canopy packed up. The hardest part about these things, period, is getting all the pieces back into the actual canopy box, let alone getting it back into the box that it came in. So we'll see how I do. Yeah, so I gotta pack all this little stuff up. But the hardest part, of course, is to get the actual canopy back in the box. So, I mean, normally, even for the markets, we never even put it back in the bag with the actual frame. So, yeah. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit in that box. But since we're standing here, I'll show you guys my cute weights. This is why I don't record when you're here. These are pretty cool. They go up to 8 pounds each. The weights come off. Bub is so ridiculous. This is why I don't record when you do your work. But anyway, these come off and then there's additional ones that go on. This is why I don't do this when you're here. Bub wants everybody to know that she easily put it in the box, which it took a little work, but she did a great job. But it's all finally in there. You happy, Bub? I let him know. No, it didn't take no work. That you did it in a, what do you say, a lamb shake or whatever the heck she said. But thank you. Alright, we just dropped off that canopy. Now Bub is anxiously taking me home so she can get to work.
Get you out the car.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Oh, she just wants me out of the car. Not excited for work. Yeah, this little strip is so crazy. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Got my little 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. delivery from Amazon. I really love that spot because they're pretty good about it. It usually comes around 4:30, 5 a.m. But I got this new pad for my heat press along with the Teflon not being in there. That wasn't in there as well. I had to get a little mouse pad too because I use my mouse on this kitchen table and sometimes it just doesn't move as smoothly as I like. Oh, and I got a new handle for my cell phone. I like to use this one. It helps keep my phone steady when I'm live streaming. And then this should be the Teflon sheets, if I can get it open. All right, had to cut that open because these little things are always so challenging to open. But I think I bought a 3-pack. I think. If we can get it out of here. Yeah. Bought a 3-pack. They're not that big. I got like small enough size. Most of my designs, none of them are ever really this big. And then if they are, I will just double up. All of this stuff was like, because the minimum to get that slot is usually like $25. So this is like $26 for all 4 of these things. So I got these Teflon sheets, good. So maybe I'll try one of these this morning to put one of those on one of the totes. Also, of course, I will be recycling the packaging by reusing it. I actually love these because these are really like kind of waterproof. So I use them a lot. I keep these a lot and reuse these often. It's so early, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta take the big boy out because I'm back on morning duty because Bubbly's pretty early. So I gotta take him out, get his breakfast done. Then I'm gonna do the same for myself. But yeah, today's Wednesday. I just realized like 4 o'clock in the morning that I got another pop-up on Saturday. And because Bub was like, am I gonna take this stuff out of the kitchen? I don't normally leave this here, but I was like, I got pop-up in 3 days. Might as well just leave it there. So I'll remind her that there's a pop-up Saturday. Yeah, so I'm just rambling. So right now I am just finishing up the description for the market vlog. I'll probably have to go back and fill some other things in. I was just trying to make sure I put all the links for the different products. But let's get that saved and let's just get that up. I'll review it later to see if I missed anything. But it's been sitting in drafts for like, I think 3 days now. She needs to go. She needs to be set free. Put this up June 29th, so yeah. I need to set it free. Let's go back and release it. We're gonna make it public. I like to do an instant premiere, whatever. And of course we want to do it for today, not tomorrow. It kind of defaults to the next day usually. We don't want that. We want today. It's currently a little bit after 8. So we'll say 8:30 a.m. You know my time zone. We Central, baby. GMT Central, Chicago. So we'll do that. Oh, I didn't click the premiere button. Done. And save it. Go to me. Let's see if I'm still logged in as me, because sometimes it logs me out because they basically I lost my Gmail account because I stopped using that Google Workspace. So years and years of Gmail gone. I'm okay with it. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the market vlog is dropping at 8:30. But in case you missed it, I did some behind the scenes of me prepping for the market blog. And so this will be dropping today, showing you a little bit of how the market went. The conversation at the end is so funny. Good morning. I have my Cricut set up, ready to go. I go to open up the vinyl that I brought, and it literally dawned on me at that moment that I bought the stupid wrong color. Like, I don't know why I thought that was like I just, yeah. So, yeah, wrong color. Okay, and I also found more totes when I was in storage. So, I have more of these, so that's good. Although, I was gonna order some more, but I might as well just use up what I have first. And I was in storage, I just realized, my lord, there's so much stuff in there, you know. I closed my shop in April of 2023 and literally just put everything in storage. I forgot all the stuff I had. Like, there is so much stuff in storage. Yeah. But once again, we move. Grateful for the opportunity. And just an FYI, I'm using my DJI because my phone, I have like so much stuff I need to take off of it and put on my little portable drive, and I'm still really doing it right now. I've been doing it slowly. It's a lot of stuff. So that's why the last day plus I've just been trying to use the DJI to record, instead of constantly dealing with phone empty. So if you guys can see, it's so funny how I have my DJI rigged up to my tripod, because this tripod doesn't have like the twist on thing that the DJI would need to attach it. So I've taped it to it. We just gotta make solutions. We're about solutions. We're about solutions. There will always be problems, but we're about solutions. But all right, enough yapping. It is currently probably 7 a.m. I don't have my phone in here. Enough yapping though. I kind of wish that it was, you know, just a hot pool, because that means you can get more done. But there's this time in between now. So I'm gonna go do something else. Of course, I found a bunch of stuff in storage. I have so many of these. These were from my shop, and I can't reuse them because the friggin' address for the shop I added to them. But it feels so wasteful, you know, that I have so many of these, like promo cards that I designed that I can't use because they got the shop address on it, the old shop. But okay, we've set a timer and let's go do something else. I need to start doing the price labels that I wanted to do for the propagation stands. So it's so funny. I use Canva for most things, but I don't really like Canva on the desktop. I'm just so used to using it on my phone. I feel like the desktop is convoluted. But I have been using it a little bit on the desktop because I found that it makes it, you do have options for, it gives you accessibility to more options, as opposed to the app where the things might be there, but you have to look a little harder to figure them out. All right, so like I said, this is my first time using this product. You're supposed to, okay, that was easy enough. Only thing is, it is not nearly as white as I like mine to be. You can't really tell in this room. This light is so muted in here. So yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. It's just not as white as I like mine to be. So I may very well have to just go back to doing my vinyl. Yeah, it's just not as white. And then also, I don't know if I mentioned it, the file that I uploaded had like this little black base around it. And you can see that. And I don't like that at all. I just don't like that at all. Yeah. So I'm not gonna even bother to do anymore because this ain't giving what I needed to give. So I think today we might have to go back old school and just run this one in particular for this tote back through the Cricut. So I'll have to buy some more HTV. Wasn't planning to do that, but this is just not the quality that I need. Let's see if I have another one to try and compare the two. Alright, so this is one of my designs, the ones that I cut myself. And you can see it's so vibrantly white. And here is the other one. I hope the camera's picking it up because it looks almost gray. Like it's so dull. I don't know. It could be, you know, how I interpreted my file, or there was something that I missed that I didn't say. But yeah, this is not going to work. And like I said, it has that little border around it that was kind of black. That's not going to work. So yeah, hopefully Bub can take me to Michael's and I can get some HTV because this is not going to work. It's a bummer. Thankfully, I didn't pay too much for them. But yeah, they're not going to work. I'm mad I put it on my bag though. But one thing I can say for sure, it is adhered, okay? It is not coming off. It is definitely not coming off. It's just not nearly as white and nice as I need it to be. I also don't like the kind of shiny vibe that it has. It just does not compare to the vinyl. So we move. Halloween is up and out already. That kind of excites me. Hours and hours later, but we are finally starting the process of cutting the vinyl. Thank goodness Michael's was open today, so I could go return the one I had and get the right one. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do the permanent vinyl for the pots, and then I'll do a few for the HTV for the totes. I definitely should have put this on fast mode. It is printing so slow. And generally I use a fast mode for things like this, which is not highly detailed, and most of my designs are words, so not highly detailed, but it is taking forever. So just getting back in the groove. Gotta remember, fast mode. Okay, it's finally finished. Obviously you can't really see it because it's on white, but this is my first time using this Make Market brand, so let's hope it works out well. But now that I've got these printed, while these are weeding, I'm going to start doing the HTV for the totes. But okay, since I wasn't planning to do this, I ended up having to buy this Cricut one, which is way more expensive than I like. But once again, we move. We're gonna make the most of it. It is not that large, so I'll probably get like maybe 3, 4, if that, totes out of it. But I just want to have some for the market. And so while that's running, I also bought black so that I can put them on the white pots. I think that's the only one I'm going to put it on. I put it on, well, I also used to get a green one, but today I'm just going to put it on the white ones. All right, so that's finished. So I am going to start the next one. It's so weird how it has like these little bubbles, but it seems to print okay. But like I said, this is my first time using this vinyl. Hopefully we're good. literally just saw Michael B. Jordan post this on Thread that it is on Max. So, you know, I'm about to put it on in the background. I generally always work with some kind of movie or something playing in the background. So, oh, what is this? On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. Might have to add that to the list as well. Like, I have Max, but I rarely ever turn it on. But when he posted that, you know, it's about to be on. Oh, yeah, I do have the ad version because it's a add-on to my Netflix, but anyway. So, but yeah, I guess so glad I pulled this other box out because it has my weeder in it. So I'm gonna weed this and watch this.
First Corinthians 10.
If you've done weeding or watched someone weed in real time, it is definitely tedious at times depending on the design. And of course, my designs for these pots are relatively small, so there's a lot of little intricate little cutouts. I just always have to make sure that I don't lose my eyes because that has happened before. So I generally just take my time. I also don't want to rip anything, so it's kind of meditative. You just chill with it, but it definitely can be a bit tedious, which was the whole purpose for trying to switch over to the DTF. Now these I did get in the black, but I will accept the fact that I put in the wrong sizes so that they're a little smaller than I like. I believe I shared that in a previous blog, or maybe this one. I'm not even sure how the editing is gonna go. But part of that was to try to kind of like, you know, not have to do this. But I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful to be able to do this because I really want to have those pots for tomorrow. And then that vinyl, this strong bond I bought, I'm literally only gonna get probably 2 t-shirts out of it because it's 24 and my design is an 8.5 by 11, a little bit over 8 by 11. So I might, if I get 3, I'm lucky, but I'll probably get 2. So yeah, definitely gonna have to place an order with Amazon to get the vinyl that I normally would use and get a larger quantity for a much better price. Okay, for whatever reason, the black one is giving me a little bit of lifting. So I have to be extra specially careful because I've had a couple of letters almost come up during this weeding process, and that's annoying. Yeah, the black one definitely feels like it's a different quality, although they are exactly the same as far, at least I believe, as far as the containers go. They both were matte. They both were permanent vinyl. But yeah, the black one is just acting a little different. So I gotta make sure I'm just extra careful. Like, yeah, and that A got a bit split, so I can't even use this one. But I wanted to make some coffee wands. Normally I just make most of my tea, but I'm gonna be at a coffee shop, so I feel like should make some coffee ones. It is one of my sayings as well, coffee, books, and plants. But normally my biggest seller is the tea one. So, but I cut a few of them. So even though I can't use this one because of that lifting and splitting, I do have another one. So I think this should be enough to start with, and then I'm just gonna start putting them on the pots.
Excuse me. How y'all doing? Good?
So I don't really do any measuring or anything. I literally just eyeball all these things because I've been making them for so long. Even though it's been a couple of years since I've done it, it's literally muscle memory. So I don't really measure or anything like that. I generally, the way I apply vinyl is I just start in the middle and press out as I go. Ooh, child, the tests have been testing. Once again, I pulled the box out of storage, the one that had this little weeder in it, and it had a little piece of transfer tape. Shout out to me, because the other one was kind of working, but it was so sticky. If the transfer tape is too sticky, it just makes it way too hard to release the design. So, oh, the universe keeps looking out for a girl, because it knows I want to have these things for tomorrow. So I'm grateful. So I'm being very specific about my setup tomorrow because I'm taking a much smaller table. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a mock-up. My goal tomorrow is to have more. They're killing me with the fireworks. They're just so fucking obnoxious. But my goal is to have more product than assistance. Great thing about it is I have a lot of pots, so that gives me room to show the pots and also have a place to put the plants. So I might only take one of my little risers or maybe a couple. We'll see as it goes along. And because I'm very tired and it's after 8 p.m. already, I am going to not talk through this whole process, capture a couple of clips, a few clips in between, and then share the very end. Also, I packed up all the pots already. Majority of them are going on the stand that I'm taking with me anyway. So there definitely probably won't be, I might have a couple that I might put on the table, but all the other ones are packed up, so yeah. Okay, and so I normally take this because it has business cards and other things, the pens and things like that in it, but I think I'm just gonna put all of that in a little low box so it'll fit better under there. I also usually take what I call my little toolbox, this little from the Dollar Tree. I mean, they're amazing. I've used these for years, but I think I'm just gonna kind of pull out a bunch of the stuff in here. It's literally just a bunch of random stuff in case I need it. Lights, tape, twine, other little things, labels, things like that I might need. But I'm gonna do a little consolidating and only take that little box instead. I always like to have these little clips on hand Sometimes I use them to clip my bags to my canopy, but I also just kind of like to have them in case it gets really windy. I use them to hang my hangers on the plant. So yeah, gonna take some of those as well. I don't like the backs that come on most pens, so I usually switch them out to these much more secure ones. So I always keep these on hand as well. Okay, and so I've pretty much filled this box to the rim with just, a variety of things that I might need. And while I'm doing this mock-up, I decided I will print some more things like these cute little stickers. People love it. It's so cute. Just a nice little sentiment. So I'll run some of those while I'm doing this mock-up. My favorite new thing. Okay, this is kind of like where we are. Let me set this tripod down. At the moment, I've been kind of bummed that I haven't been able to really showcase the pop-up bouquets, mainly because I've been outside and the wind does not love them. But I definitely think I want to make some signage for them just to make them stand out a little bit more. This is a smaller one. I have the bigger ones. But I'm going to try tomorrow to at least put one of the big ones up. I'm going to try to put that really colorful one. I'll insert a picture up because I just think that they should definitely be selling because they are so friggin' amazing. But this is a little guideline for what I'll do tomorrow. I'm not doing the whole table. I'm not pulling anything out. Like I said, all the pots are packed. All the keychains and stuff are put away. But I just wanted to give myself a vibe, on how I will do it. Yeah. I will definitely have probably one of these two, or I have a larger one, like this little white one over here that I might put on the table over here. I like to, of course, have levels so that things stand out. So there'll be a plant behind that price list, of course. And yeah, so I'll definitely probably take, you know what it is? I might bring my acrylic ones. I do have acrylic stands as well, so I'll probably just take those because to me, they're the least intrusive, and they also take up the least amount of real estate. But yeah, so these propagation stands that are on the table actually are not going with me, except for the white one. I do want to put one more coat of sealer on them tonight before I go to bed. It's almost 9 o'clock. But yeah, so just wanted to give myself like an idea of what tomorrow might be. So I think this is as good as we're gonna get. Oh, and then also I'm so bummed about these too. I don't feel like people recognize or really see them. It's so cute. It is like a pot where you can like put in your own little plants and like build like almost a terrarium kind of vibe. And I actually have a bunch of clear terrariums in storage. I almost pulled them yesterday, but I was just like, you know what, maybe later. But yeah, so hopefully someone will buy that. I think I have about 4 of those in stock, but I'm just gonna take that one because like I said, it's an abbreviated setup here today. So on my stand over here, of course, I will probably have 4 to 5 plants. You see those big juicy lemon lime marantas? They came in literally while I was at my vendor. I opened the box. They're beautiful. I bought quite a few of those. Yeah, so I have those. And then I had said that most of the pots are probably going to go on that stand, but I might mix it up a little bit. We'll see what I'm feeling like when I get there. We'll see what the wind is like. We'll see all the things. I think I might also be taking my my clothing rack for my bags, but then again I may not, because I may attach them to the stand. Not sure yet. Like I said, I just want to have like the easiest setup tomorrow, with the least amount of stuff. So this is probably it for tonight. I'm tired. I still have a bunch of stuff to do. But the next video, you'll probably be me at the market.